ln of anything, say x, is the log base e of x. We just write it as ln. So whenever you see ln, assume it's the log base e. So as you know, the log or log base e of a times b is the log of a plus the log of b. The log of a on b, divided by b I should say, is the log of a minus the log of b. And the log of a to the n, you can bring that power to the front and it becomes n times log of a. So we're going to do them just like we did before. The log of 8 plus the log of 2 becomes the log, but it's a natural log, of 8 times 2, which is the log of 16. The log of 10 minus the log of 5 is the log of 10 divided by 5, which is the log of 2. The log of 6 minus the log of 1, well, to combine them, I need them both as logs. So the first one is just the log of 6 minus, I need this one to be the log of e, because remember, I need the base and this here to be the same for them to cancel out to become this 1. Just like the log of 10 base 10 equals 1. Or the log of 6 base 6 is 1. The log of e base e is 1 as well. Okay, so what happens there? Using our log laws, this becomes the log of 6 over e. Okay, and that's it. And remember, e is just a number. From last lesson, we saw that e is approximately 2.72. So e is just a number like the number 3 or the number 2, anything. Okay. Similarly for d, first we need them both to be log of something minus log of something before I can combine them. So hopefully you realize this 2 can go become a power, so it's 5 squared. And this 3 can become power, so it's 2 cubed. Let's evaluate what's in the brackets, both of those first, before we do the division. So log of 5 squared, well 5 squared is 25, minus log of 2 cubed is 8. And then we apply the division law, so it's log of 25 on 8. And that's it. Similarly here, this becomes log of 3 to the power of 4 plus, think of this 2 as 2 times 1. Then what can I replace 1 with? Oh, I can replace that with log of e, like I did before. So this becomes, first of all, 3 to the 4 is, I believe, 81. Just a second, 3 through 9, 27. Yep, 81. Plus 2 times 1, which is, and 1 is log of e. Remember, because it's base e, so that equals 1. Then again, one step at a time. Log of 81 stays there, plus log of, the 2 becomes a power, so it's log of e squared. And then let's do the multiplication law. So it becomes log of 81e squared. Technically, I put brackets here and here. Technically, I can get away without doing brackets, but I'm just being safe to make sure it's clear to the reader that it's log of the whole of 81e squared. Show that log of 1 on 25 equals negative 2 log of 5. Again, if I want to show something, I usually just play with one side, for instance, the left-hand side, and go from there. First things first, how can I use my division law to rewrite that left-hand side? Hopefully you realize that becomes log of 1 minus log of 25. Now, hopefully you remember from previous lesson, log of 1 is always 0. Now, just a side note, just remember, why is that? That's because, remember, ln of 1 equals the power of e that equals 1. And remember, e to the 0 is 1. And because log always equals the power, log of 1 is 0. So let's keep going. Log of 1 is 0, we've done that, minus. Now how can I have a look at that and compare it to that? What do you think's happened? hopefully you realize they've gone from 25 to 5 squared. So this becomes minus log of 5 squared. And wait a minute, what can we do with the power? We can take it out the front. Now 0 just goes away, so it becomes negative 2 ln 5. Now girls, you might be tempted to leave this line here out, but because it's a show question, it's so important to show every little step. So I encourage you to write every little step there. Okay, question B. All right, so somehow I've got to show that log of 250 is all of that. A little bit tricky. Let's start with the left-hand side again. Equals. Now, it's the 4 here that's the kilo and the minus. Clearly, to have a minus in the middle, I'm doing some kind of division. And I must be dividing by 4 to get log of 4 over here. Hopefully that makes sense. So, when you divide it by 4, do you get 250? Oh, that's 1,000. So, log of 250 now becomes log of 1,000 divided by 4. Take a moment. Do you agree that 1,000 divided by 4 is 250? Yes. So the left-hand side does in fact equal what we've written down. Then if we were to split that up using our division laws, this becomes log of 1,000 minus log of 4. Ooh, that looks very good. Let me just show you. See how the second part over the right-hand side, we've already got that. That's good. But where do we log of 1,000? Well, good news is, girls, you can put that in your calculator by pressing the ln button and then 1,000 and check it now on your calculator, but you should get 6.9078. And then we can just copy the ln4 because they want it just as ln4. So that's just using, the last step is using your calculator and putting in ln of 1,000 into your calculator. Okay, now question 3, write the following equation without logs. This is much like last lesson, but with a base of 10. So, to get it without logs, remember, I need both sides to be log of something equals log of something, and then put both sides to the power of e and cancel out the logs. But one thing at a time. Log of b is exactly how I like it, so I'm going to leave it like that. But I need to somehow get this as 1 log. Just like in last lesson, you can transform the 3 ln a to ln of a cubed plus 2 times, remember that's 2 times 1, so it's 2 times ln of e. Have a think about that. I need to replace 1 with some kind of log, and it has to be base the ln type, so base e. And remember, ln e is just 1. And now let's do the next step, which is that becomes ln of a cubed plus ln of e squared. Then using our multiplication law, that becomes ln of a cubed times e squared. Oh, wait a minute. I should have copied down the ln b, sorry. But now that I have ln b equals ln of a cubed e squared, so you can either think of it as just cancelling out the logs, or appreciate the fact that you're putting both sides to the power of e, which then cancels out the logs, and you get b equals a cubed e squared, and we have an equation without logs, and that's it. Okay, now same with this. ln a, that's exactly in the form that I like it. This can be written as ln c cubed minus 4 ln, hopefully you know it's e. Okay, let's combine, so that means ln a equals, I'm just going to leave the first bit, minus, this becomes ln e to the 4, and then ln a equals, let's use our division law, ln c cubed over e to the 4. Cancel out the logs, or remember, think of it as putting both sides to the power of e, and a equals c cubed over e to the 4.